Okay. Yeah, I get that out of my system. Jeff Hardy. Okay, I'm coming. Jeff, what have you done, man? Man, I think we should just call it. Can we call it? Like, can we call it? Can we call it now? Like, Jeff needs to retire at this point. Focus more on his health. Be with his family. Like, I had hoped that with the more friendlier environment and a pro employee rights on whatnot, that AEW's more friendlier atmosphere would sway Jeff to be less stressed out and be forced into and be turned himself to that thing, and it was horrible, and so much was put on his plate that he was gonna have that now is like that's gone. Like, reportedly, a report came out that which caused frustration in the locker room, apparently, that Jeff Hardy and the Hardy Boys were gonna have one last little run as tag team champions, becoming the first champions to hold titles across different promotions in 4 decades, which is saying a lot. And Jeff Hardy threw it all away for what happened. Like, we have to call it. Should he just retire, focus more on his health, and not be constantly trying to take bumps and do Daredevil stuff to the point of insanity? Like, I was hoping that AEW's environment would be enough to curtail Jeff Hardy from temptation, because he was already going to be. He was already on that risky, slippery slope when he was in WWE and all the stuff going on over there, and the less we talk about that for now, for the better. But now with this debacle, it's like, oh god. So yeah, the Hardy Boys were set to compete and then ultimately win this ladder match that took place tonight. But when Double or Nothing happened with their match with the Young Bucks, it was like, okay, I don't think Jeff's gonna make it. We can't do this. So yeah, this frustrated the tag team division reportedly. Let's hope things get smoothed over on that. Like, it's always annoying when you're on this level and then someone else starts to catch up and then they take your spot that you were looking like you were gonna get, and that's like wrestling in a hole. I'm like, at least it's better than political screw jobs, but okay. But yeah, the Jurassic Express would take on the Young Bucks, and with the removal of the Hardys from the equation. So basically, you were heading into this match not knowing if the Jurassic Express team was going to win or the Young Bucks would win. Like, all roads are going to lead to FTR. I'm confident in that ability, and they're probably going to win the New Japan, the IWGP Tag Team Championships of the world in a winner-take-all match with the United Empire Forbidden Door, except for good. And then they're going to take on the Young Bucks again at All Out, and except for good. They will have 1, 2, 3. They have the AAA Tag Team belts. They have the Ring of Honor Tag Team belts. They'll have the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team belts. They'll most likely have these other tag team belts by the events of All Out this year. So they'll have 8 belts in their collection. Somewhere, Kenny Omega and Matt Cardona are softly weeping, knowing that they will never have that chance to have that many belts. Okay, anyways. So enough about the dramatic stuff and dark stuff that happened. This was a good match, considering how much last minute stuff had to be made, but at least they had at least a day to get this all worked out. And plus, they're all great talents. Luchasaurus especially. you gotta remember, this guy went from having a spinal injury back when he was in WWE and was considered to join the Wyatt family to Luchasaurus and getting over and doing the stuff he can do. Like, he had a spinal injury, I heard, back when he was being considered for the Wyatt family. Yeah, he was in WWE. He was a developmental talent. He wasn't fully NXT. He wasn't in NXT as far as I'm aware of at the time. He was sort of leaning close to getting that push, but then he was going to get the Wyatt push, and then they scrapped it. He was hurt, so... Yeah, so a would-be Wyatt, Luchasaurus, doing these insane stuffs that make me think, Brody Lee, your legacy is honored. That invader, it's like seeing, like, there's always something majestic, I feel, seeing these super heavyweight guys, these two super tall guys, these big guys doing all these insane stunts, and you're thinking, how can they do that? The only way to do this if you have rubber in your bones or you're Vader. And nope, and yet these guys move like they're cruiserweights. Samoa Joe moves like he's a cruiserweight, even though you're more locked into a specific style for weight classes for wrestlers. And then they start breaking that rule and say, nope, we're going to do cruiserweight stuff. We're going to do things that the smaller wrestlers do. You know, the ones that once upon a time certain wrestlers called vanilla midgets, because that was stupid. Or little Napoleons, as a certain outsider did. So yeah, moving on. Yeah, so yeah, Christian Cage was not with them in the match. It was the Jurassic Express and Young Bucks going at it, battling, breaking tables and ladders and table matches, or TL. We are missing the C's in this. Don't worry, we'll get the C's later. So the match goes as smoothly as possible, even with these changes added in the last 48 hours. And Jungle Boy, I when I heard the commentary, I was like, okay, so Jungle Boy is how old again? And his birthday's tomorrow, which is happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. But when I heard his age, I was like, sorry. How old did you say he was? He's gonna be 26 tomorrow? I thought he was in his late 20s, not mid 20s. I'm gonna cry now. Here I am, doing wrestling video content, praising a great athlete who's a jungle man. Especially since he's gotten the girl with Anna Jay. He's a man! And he's only 25 to be 26 in about less than 2 hours. Okay. But yeah, he was awesome, and Luchasaurus stole the show for me. Like, the Young Bucks and Jungle Boy, they do their thing. Jungle Boy! But it's always Luchasaurus that always steals the spotlight, because there's this big guy, he's doing all these cruiserweight stuff that would back in the 90s and even 80s, you would say, no, you can't be doing that unless you're Vader, but you can't be doing that. No, Luchasaurus. And I thought for certain, like I said this, you headed into this match not knowing who was going to win in the wake of everything that came out. But now you were partially certain to yourself, the Jurassic Express is going to win this. Like, the Young Bucks have more experience, but the Jurassic Express has heart and grit, and they have Edge's shadow on the board. So, yeah, I know Christian Cage has a name, but like, the joke is that he's called Edge's shadow, because that's how he's been treated by WWE. He was like, oh, even though you became our world champion for a time, you're kind of not really our guy we want as world champ. You're more like the tag team guy. You're the Hall of Fame tag team, not on your own merits. And the joke is that, and then when Platinum Max did that rap, I was like, oh wow. The joke being that he's Edge's shadow. Wow. Oh man. Oh, and they recreated the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels' great leap of faith into the tables for Luchasaurus, so that was freaking awesome. And this time I think he landed better than both, which is saying a lot. And Jungle Boy managed to try and fight them off. He really did. The guy's ass kicked for it. And it ultimately went to the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks, with their vicious killer streak and their vicious experience in ladder matches, mostly with Lucha Bros and getting their ass kicked, like a lot. They have now won the tag team gold. They are now the AEW two-time tag team champions. AEW. So now meet our transitional champions, because that's what they are. They are literally transitional champions. That was what the Hardys were clearly going to be. Now it's the Young Bucks. I'm sure they're alright with it. Heck, they were saying we wanted to wait like 2 years before we got our tag team title belts around us. So I think they're perfectly okay being transitional champions in this route. So yeah, it's sad ego lore on that. Christian Cage comes out. He's checking on Luchasaurus, the prototype soul. Then he goes to help his buddy, his apprentice Jungle Man. And then Christian Cage beats the living hell out of him. And then and here's the thing. This is the thing I like, where Christian Cage just goes ahead and tries to, instead of like threatening to warn, like, don't use this on you, security. No. He took a swung and the ref had to like, calm down, man. Like, oh my god, we're actually getting something believable on this. Instead of just like the wrestler somewhat being composed and somehow pretending like they're gonna hit, but they're more like warning them. Whereas Christian's like, no, fuck that, I'm gonna just go and start swinging wildly. And Christian Cage cracked Jungle Boy's head open with a concerto heard around the world. Call back to his old buddy Edge. And Christian just gleefully grins like he's trying. It kind of did feel like he was trying to be like Edge's face for a little bit. I kept thinking like, Edge, you're kind of trying a little, Christian, you're kind of trying a little hard with the Edge face meme ability that Edge has. Like, no, just be yourself, man. Don't be Edge 2.0. You can be Christian Cage, still be sadistic, but don't do the whole mean face that Edge is known to do. In fact, I'm hoping he goes ahead and addresses how you know, here's the thing I'm hoping for. He goes on TV, cuts a promo, or on Rampage this coming Friday, since this is going to be taped. He cuts a promo and it just says, remember when I showed up here in AEW? You all doubted. You all felt like I was not worth the hype. You had so many ideas who this certified, this would-be Hall of Famer goes into AEW and outworks everybody. You thought it was your CM Punks. You thought it was The Rock. Like, I'm hoping one day they reference Dwayne Johnson on here, because Warner Media has a deal with Dwayne Johnson. If they could and if they wanted to, I wouldn't be surprised if one of you is like, hey Dwayne, I know you have a deal with WWE, but you answered also with us. So could you like come on AEW Dynamite? We could promote Black Adam, and you could also verbally thrash MJF and tag with him on that. Like, wouldn't that be cool? And then you could get your ass kicked later to put over MJF or something. Come on, let's be real. Everyone wants that. Save for the Tribalists, they'll go on a freaking ballistic rant. So do that next year after you lose to Roman Reigns, Rock. Do that. So yeah, the Young Bucks are 2-time tag team champions. Let's effing go on this. I don't know I know they're transitional champions, so FTR, they're just like tick tock. I mean, like, I would have also added FTR to the ladder match, just accelerate the plan and just have it be on a Dynamite. But I get why they want to probably save it for the big match at All Out, probably. But I would, especially since they can. If they do it, they'll probably make another TLC based match and have all 4 belts hanging, and FTR and the Young Bucks have to try and grab both, or grab one that holds all 4 of them. And it's like, I thought you're supposed to catch this. Oh man, let's do it. I can't wait for that. But oh man. So Christian Cage now moves on to his new feud with the Jurassic Express. Jurassic Express is now down 2 people. Marco Stunt's out of AEW now, and Christian Cage just betrayed them. Jungle Boy is gonna get his revenge. He's gonna tap into the darkness in his heart that he unleashed back at Full Gear. Oh, by the way, I heard that apparently after the show, a stretcher came out to sell the injury. Jungle Boy was not profusely, like he was bleeding, just like they were showing him bleeding apparently after the show. But I don't know if it was legit blood or it was fake, but if it was fake, then kudos on that, or if it's just a fake small cut but exacerbated by sweat. And Tony Khan came out to also sell it and say, I apologize for the brutality, everyone. I am a concerned manager. I'm like, you could have also just not shown the concerto and just cut it to cliffhanger, like, just piss everyone off to get them hyped up for next episode for Rampage, because you need some, because Rampage 10 p.m. slot is really hurting it. Oh man, I'd still say they need to move it to 7 to 8, or like, I have an idea, but I'll probably get into that down the road. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, this was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, check out my other content in the description below so you do more. See y'all next time. Congrats to the Young Bucks for your transitional title run, and Jurassic Express, you're gonna knock it out of the park, and the 4 pillars have fallen officially now. So good luck with that. Take care, everybody.